Remember, this show is PG-13, so you might hear a naughty word or two. Welcome to GymCastic. We just watched the first day of women's competition in New Orleans. I am here live. Spencer is watching from home with spreadsheets on the ready. We just watched the first competition, which was very surprising. So we're going to talk all about it. And tomorrow is our live podcast with world all-around champion and also champion of the Gymternet's heart, Morgan Hurd. That is on Saturday, August 9th at 2:30 at the Le Pavillon or Le Pavilion Hotel. And you can also watch anywhere. You don't have to be there in person. You can watch, if you can't make it live, you can watch the live streaming replay too. So we hope to see you there tomorrow. Tickets at GymCastic.com. And welcome to the number one gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. It's August 8th, and tonight's show is brought to you by the little girl sitting behind Vault, who said loud enough that it got reported to me, "Not another wolf turn." Oh.
You got to teach them young.
Gen A is really going to save us. They're the ones.
I'm glad we've given up on Gen Z already. So we've moved on because they ruined it.
The results first.
No, I'm not going to start with the results. I'm going to start with the most important news of the day, which is that Joss Roberson is tied for the lead on bars. Well, that's a result. That's the bars result. It's all I care about. There's no better way to sum up the competition today. All I want to have happen tomorrow is the exact same thing on day 2. I need her to be the national bars champion, because that is the comedy I'm looking for.
Wherever Laurent Landy is, he is like, Kyle Ross finished my mission. Thank you. Kyle Ross is here coaching Joss along with
bars.
Yeah,
but Kyla doesn't coach bars, right?
Well, I don't know, but it's Kyla Ross, and she's in the presence. She gets
credit for everything, right?
Right, exactly. Thank you for understanding.
Yeah.
I was like blown away, and she was also like, I mean, Joss had a great meet. Great meet. She was on everywhere. She did incredible. Beam Queen Joss. Yes, those are the new t-shirts that we're going to have to make. Okay, Hesley also was incredible tonight.
Yeah, she confirmed that Classic is nothing. That was the other big headline. Hesley Rivera leads the all-around 55.6. Only 0.2 ahead of Joss Roberson, by the way, in the all-around. It was a lot more, and you thought, like, okay, Hesley's cruising to this. She had a little issue on bars, so her score wasn't that high. And, all of the scores were bizarre throughout the entire competition.
There was that.
But yes, they had very strong days. Leanne Wong confirmed once again that when she is on, she is the most enjoyable to watch and presents what gymnastics should be. And that was excellent.
So in general, not that this means anything, but right now, leading the all-around. So Joss, wait, is this right? No. Okay, there we go. Hesley's in first.
The all-around standings. I just said that Hesley was in first.
I know, but I just want to go through. Okay. So it's Hesley, Joss, Leanne, Dulcie, Gabrielle Hardy, who has like the best form.
But apparently still gets 2 names. Everyone else got their first name only.
Well,
because she's still Gabrielle Hardy.
Well, there's a lot of Gabrielles.
She's not just Shannon.
Not yet. Ashley Sullivan.
Gabrielle. Because Gabby Douglas took it.
Ashley Sullivan, who came back from terrifying us by landing horizontally on her last vault at podium training. And then Simone Rose, and then Izzy Stasi, whose real name's Isabel. Who knew that?
I assume everybody, because what else would her name be?
Some people
it could be Isadora.
It's not Sophia. It's Sophie. It's not
right. So you're confirming she was not a birth Izzy, that it is a nickname.
Okay, Jayla Hang's leading vault.
The 1 vault standings. Leanne Wong is leading the 2 vault standings.
Right. Leanne Wong, who's 21 years old, college student. Bars. Alicia Zhou.
Okay.
That's how
you got the confirmation?
Yes.
Okay.
Alicia Zhou. So.
But it's Alicia?
Alicia.
Okay.
Like
not
Italian.
Not like Alicia Sacramone.
Right. Alicia.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Tied with Joss on bars, but has the execution score. So at least something makes sense.
And then Dulcie and Leanne after that. And then Hesley in 5th, I think that is. Yes. Beam. Hesley.
Rivera, 14.35, which came up as a 14.05, and then they were like, you idiots. It's a 14.35.
Speaking of which, I have something to tell you guys about what happened at Classic with the bar score era. In the era, the bar score era.
We're in our bar.
Error.
Joss is in her bar score era.
She is.
Her bar specialist era.
So when we get to behind the scenes, I'll tell you about that. So Hesley and Claire are in first and second
Rivera,
on
Claire Pease, 1 and 2 on beam.
Yep.
And then Joss Roberson is first on floor. Hesley Rivera and Ashley Sullivan both also got 14s on floor, so they are tied for second there.
Yeah. I was like my most exciting performance of the meet was Leanne Wong. She was like, podium training is for just like doing a lot of
she did not have a great podium training of the people. Like, she was struggling with her Chengo double full. She was struggling with her back 2.5 on floor and connecting out of it, trying to connect a front full out of it. She got it kind of once. She had some really rough ones a couple times that we saw in podium training, so elected to ditch that for today's competition, which was probably a solid move. So her difficulty score was not super high on floor, but her execution score was huge. So who cares?
I mean, that's the thing. Execution. You don't have to do all the things if you have great execution. I was like, oh, she's the Leanne Wong that we have been waiting for. And she knows that podium training is just podium training. And she's also 21. She has to go crazy at every single turn. And she was totally on. And she didn't fall off on her straddle. So
other big developments that we wanted to see. So Skye Blakely, who we watched in podium training, and she was amazing in podium training, and she nailed her routines then, struggled on both of her events today. She basically missed. I mean, she didn't come off, but she grabbed the beam on her front handspring front tuck, correct?
Yes. And we actually, we can show what that looked like, because I wanted to grab a clip of that to show, because I wanted to make sure you could see very clearly that she has her leg up and then she puts one leg down. So eventually at some point, fact checker will find that one and put it up for you guys so you can see. Here we go. So then she puts the hand down out of her handspring front.
Yes.
Yep. Clearly.
Did you have something specific that was illustrating a point that you wanted to make? Or just let's talk about how she put her hand down on beam?
No, that it's a bigger deduction than just like, it was very clearly down. It wasn't is it or isn't it? Will she or won't she put her hand down? Her hand was definitely down. Question answered. It was also, her handspring front is beautiful. So I just feel like, do we really care? And even when she put her leg up to, keep herself on the beam, I was like, but it's Skye. She's doing a nice job.
Yeah. And so bars, it was the Van Leeuwen when she was transitioning back up to high bar, which she got it, but then didn't really have her grip and kind of had to adjust or stop against the bar.
She had to stop in a front support, which is the most embarrassing thing in the
who among us has not stopped in front support?
In a front. I mean, that's the thing. I have many times stopped in front.
Your whole bars routine was stopping in front support.
It pretty much was. Kip, stop in front support. Oh God, here we go. Yeah. So she was like, are you kidding me? But then her dismount was beautiful.
It was very good. Yeah. So interesting position for Skye, because she doesn't have any scores yet this year, and these scores, well, she basically missed both events and was still top 10 on both of them. So I think in some ways that does speak well to her routines, because the composition is there, the execution is there, the ability is there. If she hits those routines, they're going to score exceptionally well, but she doesn't, because she's starting later in terms of competition than everyone else, she doesn't have the body of work for this year. So obviously, regardless of what happens on Sunday, I think she should be, clearly advanced to the selection camp. Give her a chance at that time when the team is actually named, because you want her on the world's team. You want those routines on the world's team. So every opportunity you could be like, okay, but one more try. Let's make sure Skye can hit, because you obviously want her on the world's team.
Yep, I agree. And it is like she had the NCAA season, but now she's just coming back. Give her a little bit to, solidify these routines. Although in podium training, they looked great.
They did. They looked great in podium training. What do we make of the days for Jayla Hang and Claire Pease? Because they both had the no good, very bad time today.
It wasn't fun for them today. I feel like maybe they knew they were the clear favorites, so they were like, you know what? Oh, did you put me on your fantasy team? I'm gonna
Yes, I did.
throw.
Yes, I did, and I'm in 44th.
Yeah, it was really a bummer because they both look so good in training, and Claire Pease especially looked like a very different person from last year and very confident. I mean, I want to blame it on the fact that it was so freezing cold in there because it is a hockey arena. That is where the Pelicans come from that everyone was talking about before. That I was like, why are they talking about Pelicans? It's their arena. So this is on ice. So it is.
The Pelicans are basketball.
Basketball, a team.
Which famously is not played on ice. Unless it's one of those convertible arenas that where they put the basketball on top of the hockey.
Wait, are you positive there's no ice? Because they have the ice thingies.
Well, the arena could be ice, but the Pelicans are a basketball team.
Fact checker is our fact checker, and he's saying it's not on ice. But let me just tell you, it is so cold on the floor. So cold. Like you walk on the floor, your nose starts running cold. Which outside you feel like you're gonna die by breathing. So it's fine. But I just like Woga basically brought like your biggest, fluffiest blanket from home that you snuggle up in the winter.
Those are their biggest, fluffiest blankets, we have to have a conversation because you can go way bigger and way fluffier, and I would encourage that. But it was a solid medium.
It was a very fluffy
those
blanket.
Are like, you asked the hotel what the fluffiest blanket they have is, and that's what they gave you.
It was a fleece. I mean, it wasn't like a quilt or like a weighted blanket, which maybe
the Chinese team's parkas are looking at those blankets and being like, "Are you kidding me?"
Matt says,
"Yes, there was much ado about the blankets on the NBC coverage." Oh yeah, we got the blankets and 4 routines.
I can confirm it is freezing. It was really, really cold. I understand why they were sharing a blanket down there. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just felt like nerves for them because or maybe like Jayla Hang was like, I've been competing all year. I'm really tired. I've been all over the world. Can I just have a little rest right now? I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was weird, and it seemed like nerves to me because I don't know. Although fact checker did have a terrible food situation last night, not disgusting, just terrible, which I'll talk about behind the scenes. So maybe they also ate
appreciates that
way too much fried food in one day. You got the alligator, the chicken and waffles, the fried green tomatoes, all of it. You know, maybe that was it. But what do you think of the overall scores? Like, do you think these are in line? Hesley 55-6?
No, I think they were all insane. No, I don't think they were in line. I mean, the standings accurate? No, also no. I thought the scores were insane.
Yeah, I agree that. And also,
which is not to say they won't be the same kind of insane at Worlds. Because I've learned not to ever say you'll never get those scores at Worlds, because then Allie Raceman goes to Worlds and she's like, yes, I am getting these scores at Worlds, so whatever. But yes, I thought the scores were extremely high.
Yeah, a 55-6. I mean, I thought Hesley was amazing today. But when I saw her beam, I was like, wow, that was really good. She got most of her connections. But I was like, her artistry checklist is not going to be checked off. She is not breaking the plane.
Oh, then you might as well get a 2.
Exactly. You must break
World. If you're not showing, involvement of the body parts at different levels in your side choreography, get out of the arena.
Exactly. Because it's the hardest part. Like, lean over like you're going to fall off the beam and then stand back up. Like, that's literally the hardest part. Reality TV fan 03 says,
can you please explain Hesley's 14.35 on beam? Her original score felt high, and then they raised it. I would want to go back and do the D score, because I definitely had some misconnections in there. So I'm like, how did we get to 6.4? But yes, I agree. It felt high. It's a very good routine and a very difficult routine. It should score well. But yeah, 14.35 felt high.
Yep. I thought that too. I just want to remind you guys before we talk a little further about the schedule. So tomorrow we have the live show with Morgan Hurd. So doors open at 2:30 is when the show starts. And we have a new game.
Read it 2 before the show if you have those tickets.
And we have a new game because we're trying to narrow the games, make them tighter, faster, so it'll be fun, and then we'll get right to it. So we're going to start right at 2:30 with a quick game to test your gym nerd knowledge against maybe someone who should know everything that's in the game, perhaps. So then afterwards, we're going to go watch men's. I have something special planned for you guys from the men's competition. And then remember, men's has a bonus system. Kensley was sending me the international gymnasts, going off about how the U.S. scores are insane. And it's like, yes, there's a bonus system in place, but there was
they
the
were
highest
still
score.
insane.
Right. There was the highest score in the world from hoops on pommel horse, which was really exciting to see everyone, like every coach, every gymnast go nuts for him. I loved watching that. But all the triple backs are giving me like hives. But then Sunday we'll be back with another podcast about an hour after Women's Day 2 ends, and then on Tuesday we'll do a free it is free recap podcast where we will go into all of the things and talk about men's too, and go back and look at some routines and break it down for you guys. So but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and talking to Morgan and hearing all the stories. So let me see. Did they on the NBC broadcast talk about how like there's 3 college gymnasts here, or is it just like kind of a not big deal?
They talked forever about. They had a graphic. They had the graphic of the college gymnasts. Yeah.
I feel like it's like a non-thing now because it's normal. Like it's been going on for years and years and years now. This is the second decade of this.
I don't think it's that remarkable, but it's good. So
it's great. I love it. Okay, let's go into some specifics.
Do we have to say goodbye to the non-subscribers? Is that part of what we're doing today or no?
So we are going to, we've got to talk about a little more in depth. We have to talk about the drum. We have to talk about the names of the teams for the squads. We have to talk about some fashion things. And we're going to go in depth. But I want to remind you guys, live show tomorrow at Le Pavilion. And also, this is where we're going to go into behind the scenes. We're going to give some extra to our Club Gym Nerd members who help us pay our bills and support us all year long so we can travel to things like this and like World Championships upcoming in Jakarta. And the show is brought to you by Club Gym Nerd members who get an extra podcast every week. They get a Q&A every Friday. They get these extra things behind the scenes like this during big championships like NCAAs, World Championships, Olympics, and also discounts and early dibs on things. So if you need any help or have any questions, customer service at GymCastic.com. That's also a fact checker because he does 700 jobs. So let me tell you the stories. So if you're not a Club Gym Nerd member, this is where we say goodbye, and we will see you back here after Sunday's final or tomorrow at the live show. So,
okay,
talking to some judges, and talking to some other people who make decisions around here. And so the real reason that there was the mistake on bars was not a judging mistake.